Welcome back, gang. It's Deltia from Deltiasgaming.com, back with a video on what weapons you should be using on stamina-based builds in the Elder Scrolls Online. I'm going to give you 2 PvE ones, game changers, 2 PvP ones, absolutely disgusting powerful. After you watch this video, you're going to know how to get them, how they work, and then kind of how to apply them on your build. So if you're kind of struggling to see kind of what the meta sets are, some of them, both in PvE and PvP, this video is for you. Let's get to them. The first weapon up is going to be Perfected Executioner's Blade. What you're going to want to run is Perfected Daggers. This comes from Vateshran Hollows. If you can't do Veteran, don't worry about it. Still just as good to get normal. You're going to lose a little bit of crit, but you get the main effect. And the main effect is Hidden Blade deals up to 250% more damage to targets under 100% health and restores stamina if they're below 50% health. Why this is relevant in group PvE is those bosses are going to be low 50% health for a very, very long time, giving you tons of resources and way more damage. So it's going to ramp up the lower health they are. So the ability that's going to make this main spammable incredible is Shrouded Daggers. If we take a look at it on my dual wield bar, we'll read the tooltip. It's 6200 on my dual wield bar right now. And if we go over here and look at my other spammable that comes with my class kit, we're at 8,000. So significantly less on the tooltip, but remember, it's going to ramp up in damage the lower the health the mob gets. Another reason dual wield is so strong, increases damage with dual abilities by 20% when enemies are below 25% health. So it's going to ramp up and amplify this damage further. The reason it's really useful in group PvE, because you have to stand behind them, okay? So you're not going to be able to do that reliably solo or without a tank, but you put this on in group, it's fantastic. So first we're going to get nuke some trolls here. You're going to sit and watch me do this on a parse dummy for 20 hours. And we're going to have surprise attack on. Let's just see what this does main spammable in comparison to when we throw Shrouded Daggers on. Okay, so I set the guy off balance, so a little bit damage there. Crit, looks like 19k was the most I did on that one. And I'm also using Reliquins and Kinras, that's why you see those orange glows. So let's go ahead and find another one of these little tater tots, put on my dual wield Shrouded Daggers. Now let's see the difference. Okay, again, I'm below 50, so I'm going to stealth. 32k, right here again. 45k. So that HP was very, very low. But that is a massive difference. Obviously, I don't need to tell you that. Just looking at it. I don't know why it doesn't register 32k. But 19k up to 45,000, that last ability. It's incredible, making this one of the strongest, if not the strongest weapon for PvE stamina. You gotta get these. Get normal if you can't complete bet. Let's keep it moving and talk about the bow next. We went over a little single target. Let's go over a little AoE. Arrow Barrage launches a wave doing physical damage, ramping up the damage. The duration is 10 seconds. This morph is a lot more AoE, so I love this in Vateshran or VMA just because it does so much damage in an area. And obviously you probably know about this, but let's just see how impactful this is. Veteran Maelstrom Perfected Bow. This comes from VMA. Again, if you don't know, what we're going to do here is we're just going to get another bow. We're going to put it on, do a full arrow barrage, see what it parses for, then throw Maelstrom on, see the difference. Alright, got my poor giant here. Gonna put an arrow barrage on him. Hey, don't kick me. So Arrow Barrage DPS in total looks like 31,000, okay? So 31,000 is that. Let's throw on a Perfected Maelstrom bow and check out the difference. Okay, so Arrow Barrage, high crit, 88% crit at 47,000 in comparison to 78 crit percentage, 31,000. So this is on one target. Remember, this is going to go even more. The disparity in damage is going to be even more significant the more mobs you're hitting with this. So these two weapons you're going to want to pair together in almost every stand build for group PvE. Vateshran Perfected Maces, Maelstrom Bow, get the normal ones, incredible. Let's switch gears and talk about PvP next. Okay, I'm on my Stamina Templar PvP build, the Vanguard, and Vateshran Perfected Greatsword. This thing is disgusting powerful. While Momentum, which is our major brutality buff in the two-hander, is active, casting stamina abilities grant stacks of Frenzied Momentum for 20 seconds, increasing your weapon damage up to 5 times. When you reach 5, basically a fully charged heavy attack, or your next heavy attack, will explode, doing AoE damage, 8 meters physical damage. This is an incredible asset because it's going to pump up your weapon damage, and you're going to do a heavy attack for free anyways and just lay waste to people. So how you use this, let me show you. You have to be in combat first, and I'm using heavy armor on this build, so that's why I had forward mow instead of rally. Both will work, okay? So we got this on. We're going to get in combat first. Then we're going to cast it. And you'll see that one stack in the middle of my bar, okay? So any stamina ability that I cast, the Stamina Templar is really, really good because I have a super low cost restoring focus, 745 stamina. So I can just spam it. 1, 2, 3. Now I have 5. You'll see my orange glowies. When you see this running around PvP, be ready, folks. It's about to get real. So another added advantage to this is if I bar swap and recast another stamina ability, it doesn't matter. As long as Momentum is activated, I don't have to be on my 2H bar. Alright, Deltia, shut up. Show me how much damage this does. So I'm going to get here swapped. 1002. Bang. Blows up. Okay, we're going to recast it. It doesn't have a cooldown, so I can just spam focus here again. And here we go. Now, the way you really time this is you have a monster helm with salines and also some poisons as well. And I'll switch gear and show you how that's really nasty. Okay, now I got the Vanguard PvP setup running salines, proc. I got my poisons as well, plus I got this proc in the back bar, okay? So now when I have it, I'm going to put my dual wield on to get that better sharpened trait instead of the defending on my back bar. And if I land it just right, I can proc 1, 2, 3, along with the damage from my dual wield. It's just so much pressure off just ripping a heavy attack. So I got my 5 stacks here, bar swap, here we go. Boom. So Salines proc, Frenzied proc, and then my poisons go off too. Let's just see how much this hits this poor giant for. Poor guy. Frenzied Momentum right here, 9,000 damage. So imagine on a player. Can't crit, but that's a lot of damage, a lot of pressure. Salines up here, 11,000. So do the math. 11,000 with 9, cut it in half, add some armor for a player. They're going to be hurting, and that's just off of the heavy attack. Last tip I'll give you with this weapon before I go to the other one is it's not a fully charged. So you can do a medium weave and still proc it. Meaning it's ideal if you use the two-hander dizzying swings, kind of medium weave where you kind of you don't fully charge because 1002, you kind of medium charge. So you're holding the mouse down for a split second to kind of register a non-light attack, that will proc it. It's just incredibly powerful. Speaking of incredibly powerful is the Master's Bow. This comes from Dragonstar Arena. Some of the best content PvE in the game. It's going to increase your weapon damage when you do Poison Arrow. And also we have an enchant on here for increased weapon damage as well. I don't even have the perfected one here, but it's still worth running, like I said, so do normal. So if we hit our momentum for our major brutality, come back here on our bow bar, we're sitting at 4,400 weapon damage. So let's see what this does on a proc. It increases our weapon damage. 5,200 weapon damage. So you can see with the enchant that I procced, along with the poison ejection effect, it really ramps up the weapon damage. So you can get a whole lot. Do the math. 330 plus 452. And the 330 is going to last a little bit longer as long as you keep poison injection on them. So, and your weapon damage enchant's going to last for about 5 seconds. You can see my hand glow, that Berserker enchant. So ideally, how you would use this in a PvP setup is you're going to charge a fully charged heavy attack, do a poison injection, and then maybe close the gap or use something else. How I would use it is essentially like this. I'm going to get forward Mo up, fully charged heavy attack, poison injection, close the distance, and for the next 5 seconds or so, I'm going to put you hurting on these folks. So they're going to get lower HP, poison injection is going to tick harder, you're going to have massive burst. You combine this with maybe Blarg's 2-piece for increased weapon damage when you use an ultimate. It's a sick, disgusting, awesome combination. So those are 4 pieces of gear that will radically change your experience in Elder Scrolls Online. I would highly suggest just doing normals if you can't complete Veteran. It's not that difficult to complete normals. This game is a lot more accessible than when it launched, especially in PvE, trials, and some of these other things. So go ahead and get these weapons. If you're lagging behind and you're getting nuked in PvP or you're not pulling a lot of DPS, these 4 weapons I showed you will make a radical big difference and allow you to enjoy the game better. So let me keep on experimenting, finding, and sharing these things with you. If you like this, like, subscribe, turn them alerts on so you don't miss anything else. It helps my channel grow. Thank you so much for watching.